This one is a play that's based on Charles Dickens' The Four Ghosts of Christmas Press. Um, and it's very, very interesting because it's a story of and now this is more modern, as I said. It's the story of a man who was very successful. Um, his name was Ezekiel, and his last name was Kodos, appropriately, because he was like very tight, kind of like the Scrooge of the story. Ezekiel was a well-educated man who got a master's degree and a PhD in engineering. He was recruited by a very well-known, famous chemical company in Georgia, somewhere out there. So he left New Mexico. Ezekiel found that place to be his place to succeed because, being among so many successful people, engineer, chemists, and all those people that's what success was, and happiness. So Ezekiel ended up getting married, found himself a beautiful home with a white picket fence, white facade. Everything was white. The sofas, the carpet, everything. I mean, it's what Ezekiel had ambition all his life. But the saddest part was that there was times when Ezekiel would lock himself in the basement to listen to Spanish music. And other times he would drive away from the big city to the suburbs to find what resembled a red chili. He will miss the gatherings when his family will get together. It was totally different than the barbecues and the cook-offs that he had over there, in the cocktails and the parties. So one day, one of his uncles showed up in his dreams and was calling him to come and help him cut the wood to make the farolitos. And Ezekiel started remembering those times when he was young. Then later on, his auntie will show up and ask him to go to the store and get some bags and get some candles to also do luminarias for the roofs of the house. His other aunt, who was very traditional, was preparing tamales and bizcochitos and rellenos, the typical foods. But then the most memorable dream he had was that his mother would appear to him and said, we miss you. So Ezekiel said that one year, he said, I'm going to New Mexico. I got to go to New Mexico for this Christmas. He left the big city, came home, and to the smell of the pinon wood and the smell of the chili and the tamales and bizcochitos and sopapillas, he entered almost a totally different world, a world that he knew but he had left behind. And then he would he would, when they were sitting at the table, he would remember the stories that his grandmother used to tell around the table, and then now his mother was repeating. So all this was an old, brand new world to him, and he decided, well, I don't have to be out of New Mexico to be successful. He decided to come back and make a living here. So that's part of the song. In fact, this was a play. It was called a New Mexico Christmas Carol. There was an adaptation, as I said, from the Charles Dickens play, and I was asked to write a corrido, so I did, and the corrido goes like this. Los fantasmas del pasado vuelven siempre a recordarnos nuestra vida en muchos modos. Esta es parte de la historia de aquel hombre que en el mundo llevó el nombre Ezequiel Codo. Ezequiel Codos se ha perdido en el sistema, que a muchos de los nuestros se llevó, y muy caro él ha pagado su condena. Solo el amor a la familia lo salvó. Trae la arena, compra velas, dame bolsas para hacer las luminarias. Muele el chile, trae la masa, limpia hojas, los tamales muy pronto estarán. Con bizcochitos, chile verde con relleno. Se celebra en esta tierra Navidad. Y las risas de los niños le dan vida. Porque viene Navidad. Trae la arena, compra velas, dame bolsas para hacer las luminarias. Muele el chile, trae la masa, limpia hoja, los tamales muy pronto estarán. Con bizcochitos, chile verde con relleno. Se celebra en esta tierra Navidad. Las historias de la abuela vuelven siempre. Y en la mesa la repite